back in the olden times, through the county, through Grace County, suppose all over the state, but through Grace County, there'd be little one-room schoolhouses, like not over two or 3 miles apart, usually, because the kids would have to walk to school, and a mile and a half is probably about as far as some of the little ones could walk.
Mm-hmm.
So in our neighborhood, there was 3 or 4 schools, but the closest one was about 1.25 miles from where we lived. It was about 1/4 mile from our house to where the lane started. It was named Ligon's Lane. Mr. Ligon lived on the far end of the lane, and that's where the school was, one-room school. I suppose he either sold them the land or gave it to them to build a school on, because they named the school Ligon School, and that was Mr. Markham Ligon's name, Ligon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I started school. Now my brothers and my sister was next to me, and she was 15 years older than me, so she'd already been, I don't know where she went to school. Well, I do know too that we didn't live in Grace County then. I was a month old when we moved to Grace County, so I guess she went to school, I don't know where, but anyway. They started me to school in Ligon School. I'm guessing I'm in about 4th or 5th grade. I'm not sure. Could have been in 3rd grade. So I went to school there 2 or 3 or 4 years. Walked the 1.25 miles of a morning and in the afternoon. After 3 or 4 years of school, the school system decided to close some of those one-room schoolhouses and move them into a larger district.
Mm-hmm.
So they just decided the school to close Ligon School and move it into Sedalia. Sedalia was about 5 or 6 miles, probably close to 6. So then they wondered how they was going to get the kids to school. They couldn't walk the 5 or 6 miles. So to our school, they come around and either asked my brother, or he asked for the job of hauling the kids to school and picking them up.
Okay.
Now he's got about like a 28 model Chevrolet truck. Back then there were 1.5 ton trucks. I'm not sure, I think it was single wheels. I don't even think it was dual wheels on the back, with about a 12, maybe 15-foot bed on it, I'm not sure. So the school system or county, whoever, made a deal with my brother to haul Ligon School, I'm not sure how many, 15 or 20.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been 25 pupils, kids, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the number. But they had everything in there from 1st grade to 6th, I guess, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to fix his truck up where he got hauling kids. So my daddy was a carpenter. My daddy said, I'll make you a bus body. So my daddy made a homemade bus body to go on that truck.
Mm-hmm.
Took the bed and just built a little house on it. To get into the bus, you stepped up on the running board beside of where the driver sat. Now the bed would stick out about a foot or 10 inches, maybe 12 inches from the cab. So he had room there to make him a little door for kids could step up on the running board. Then the next step was up on the bed of the truck and had a door.
Mm-hmm.
And push the door open and walk inside the school bus. School bus was very plain inside. He took a plank and made a bench on each side of the bed from front to back, and then built a little bench down to the center where you could sit on both sides of that in the center, so kids could sit with their backs together.
Mm-hmm.
Now the door was very plain, like one board. And to keep the door closed, didn't have a latch on it, and to keep it closed, it took a screen door spring, put it on the door. You'd push it open, turn it loose, and it'd flop back to. And it'd pop when it'd go back to, hit the, when it would close, it'd pop. So that's the way they got on the bus, that's the way they got off.
Mm-hmm.
A grown person, I don't believe, probably could have got to the door. It didn't have too many fat kids back then, so some of them today couldn't get to the door. So that's what we got today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, all the kids would like to, when he got about half unloaded, all the kids would want to move to the back of the bus. And when they'd moved to the back of the bus, the bed was a little bit too long for the wheels. And the wheels, to make the bus big enough to hold the kids, you had to lengthen it out in the back so it'd get a little tail heavy. So all the kids like to go to the back of the bus. I believe he took the window out, but the back window of the cab, where he could talk to the kids through the window, cut a window through the bed of the truck, and he could talk. I think it was open there, and he could talk. And he'd say, y'all need to move back up to front. You're getting too tail heavy for me. He'd stop, and when he let the clutch out on the old Chevrolet truck, the front wheels would come off the ground. So that's where we got to school, on that homemade bus.
Mm-hmm.
Other schools joined today. I'm not sure which ones, but the names of any of them. But all through our part of the country, they were about 2 to 3 miles apart. The schools were, and that no kid had to walk that I know of had to. I'm sure there probably was some sections of the country, but. Mine was a mile and a quarter, about a mile and a quarter. Some of them had to walk a mile and a half, but now I know a quarter of a mile south of where we lived, those kids went to another school named I think it was, I forgot the name of that one over there. So they didn't go to Ligon School. And all of the one-roomers moved. So we moved into Sedalia, which is population, 100 people probably back then, wasn't very many people, but it. Now, I still rode that bus till we moved to Mayfield. He drove the bus we moved to Mayfield in '33, and from Mayfield, the first year we lived in Mayfield, I went to school today, and my brother, his kids were almost as old as I was. His daughter, oldest daughter, was 5 years younger than me. So when we moved to Mayfield, I got a car, or moved to Age of Mayfield. I got a car, and I would haul his kids to today's school. So that's how we got to school from when we moved to Mayfield.
Hmm.
So that's the story of the homemade school bus.
Okay.
But another thing, I guess I started driving when I was 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And my brother, like I say, this brother was 17 or 18 years older than me. He already had a family. And he let me drive that bus. Now, recently I ran up on somebody at the restaurant, and they was telling me the same story on me that I didn't remember the guy. But he said, I remember when you drove the bus. I said, yeah, I said, my brother let me drive the bus when all the kids got off. He said, that's not true in every case. He said, I remember riding the bus and you was driving. I said, no, my brother would never let a kid drive a bus with a load of kids on it. So I don't know if he was, maybe he was the only kid on the bus. My brother said, Billy, you want to drive? And he'd let me drive the bus. But I never drove with any kids on it because I knew he wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
This fellow argued with me. I didn't argue with him, but he said, I remember riding it, Bill, when you was driving. And, but I don't think he did, but anyway, he may have.